Make sure you throw us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening to this.
If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. It really helps out. Leave a comment. Show us some love.
Yeah, put that thumb right up our ass.
Oh, please do, Daddy.
Now enjoy the episode.
It's incredible. It's the perfect size. The size of a football. Soup for
Hot
my
damn!
family.
What's up, everybody?
It's
Welcome back to
unbelievable.
Soup for My Family, the only podcast that you're listening to at this very moment, unless you have some really great attention span. I'm Jon Schroeck, and this is my best pal.
Jon Holmes.
Allegedly, that's Jon Holmes. I don't know if
Allegedly.
I believe it.
Yeah, I'm the dead 70s porn star. Hell yeah, I got a huge dick.
Big and thick and
So
sloppy.
big. It's sloppy. It barely gets hard. It's 13 inches. It
That is
barely
what-
gets hard.
That's what the porn star was known for, I assume. I don't know. I didn't even know he was a porn star until I met you. So
Oh, yeah. Well, you're a millennial. You didn't even know there was porn like 50 years ago.
yeah, the first time, oh my god, I accidentally saw porn the first time. You know,
Yeah.
that was like when the internet was the internet was a place that you could accidentally run into. I guess it still is. I don't know, but I don't even remember what I was looking for, but I ended up looking at a picture that I thought was just some weird, messed up looking weird looking finger, and it was an erect penis. I had never seen one from the side. I only saw the top down at that point in my life. I was in like 6th grade. It's like, what is that? And then I eventually figured, I don't know what made me figure it out, but I was like, oh my God, I think I'm into those things.
Yeah, there you go. Isn't that a wonderful time? 6th grade, just learning what erect penises can do.
Or at least what they look like. It was a still image. So I don't even know if that counts as pornography. It was just a dick. I got sent a dick pic by the internet.
Oh, hell yeah. Good for you. Internet
what
never
happened.
calls me back.
Oh shit, my hair's looking swoop. It's all swoopy, man. It's getting to
Yeah,
that
dude,
length.
that's
I
what it
guess.
gets. That's what it gets to when it gets to that length, because it just hits your back and it doesn't have any place else to go, so it starts swooping up.
Yep, hits my powerful shoulders that I haven't worked on.
I
in
know,
6
right?
months.
Those fucking guns you call
Ah.
a body.
So how's it going, man? How was your weekend?
Pretty shitty.
No, man, I was so ready to come in hot and hear this. Damn, I mean,
I
do you
know.
even want to talk about it?
Yeah,
You don't
you don't
have to.
even know what happened, do you?
I have no idea.
Okay, so Billy DeVore and I were supposed to co-headline the Laughing Post this weekend.
In Georgetown, Kentucky.
Georgetown, Kentucky. Went down the first night. Show got canceled. No tickets.
Oh my God, that's such a end
Yeah.
of drive to drive an hour each way. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that really wasn't that bad, but then yesterday at about 5:30, the owner of the club messaged us and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to cancel this tonight's show as well."
Shit.
Yeah, dude, no tickets. I guess it was my first time co-headlining a club. I was real excited, and then life says fuck you.
Well, I mean, if it probably doesn't make you feel any better because you just wanted to do the sets, but I mean, none of that's
Yeah,
on you
dude.
guys. It's not on you guys. It's the club not doing its job and getting people in those seats, man.
Yeah, I know, right? But I mean, what are you gonna
And
do?
it's a hard fucking business, especially when you're so close to the Cracker Barrel. Everyone's gonna be wanting to hang out there.
Everyone loves
know?
that Cracker Barrel.
Just get do an extra round of food instead of going to the comedy club. I get it.
Yeah.
Play checkers. Play the game with the T's on the piece of wood. I don't know what that's called.
The T game.
Yeah. The T game. That's also what I call when I get injected with testosterone. And
Hell yeah. You got low T too?
no, but I like to have a little extra. I just watched the Chris Benoit special about the
Oh my
WWE
God.
wrestler, and yeah, that was his
About
thing.
ready
He
to cry, aren't you?
well, I'm about to cry. No, I watched it last week. He's to say it quickly, since I don't know if you know or whoever's listening. This is a guy I didn't. This was before my time of watching wrestling the past 5 years, but he killed his wife and child, killed them both, and then himself in a fucking brutal fashion. But what they found was he had CTE, but he also he was having it wasn't roid rage, but like so much testosterone in him that it just made him go insane. And also his brain was fucked up from the amount of times that he hit it, because pro wrestling, despite being fake, is more dangerous than football for sure. Like way more.
Dude, you got pads on in wrestling.
Yeah, and I mean they're all killing themselves or dying at the age of 38, and it's horrifying. And this is how I like, this podcast really has a theme of me just going head first into death stuff immediately. It's almost like that's all I have on my mind all the time. Not really. It's clearly what I keep pent up because I just start talking into the microphone, and here it comes.
Hell yeah. So that was my big disappointment this weekend. What was your big disappointment this weekend?
God damn. I mean, I feel like I have the polar opposite. I got booked on a show last minute for the Laughing Skull. It was riveting. I was stoked. Friday night, I got a message on at 4 o'clock. It was like, hey, because the Laughing Skull has a spot in Midtown, which is in the back room of a burger place. That's their main room. Yeah. That's open, but they also opened another room out in the Battery ATL where the Braves play, where we've talked about for the past 2 weeks. The still racist Disneyland, the other things we called it. But so at the hotel right next to the stadium, they do a comedy room in there, and it was awesome. They're showcase style shows. There was about 20 comedians on this particular one, but it was great. Did a hot 6. They were all 6-minute sets, and got paid just enough to offset the parking that I didn't mean to pay for. But hey, paid gig.
Noob, but you got some green in your pockets. That's good.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was exciting, man. I've been having a lot of ups and downs in my mind about how these coming months are going to go. I'm meeting people, but I still feel I don't know. You still just feel like the fucking new guy. And I literally feel like I'm starting over. I don't know if I've talked about this. Yeah, well, you are on here or not, but it's, it really, I know people said that, when you go to New York, you go to LA, it's like you're starting over, and it really is, dude. And it fucks with your head way more than you think it's going to as well. But, so did that show. It was really great. Met some folks. And then I did an afternoon open mic yesterday and workshopped. None of them were brand new, but I workshopped some bits that I only did at a couple shows over the summer for all comics, and comics were laughing. So that felt like a big win, getting comedians that I don't know to laugh. So fuck yeah. So that felt great. So dude. I've done about 12 minutes of comedy this past week, which is huge, John.
Yes, very huge.
Huge.
Yes. I'm happy for you, buddy. I'm proud of you. I'm happy that you're getting back out there, starting all over again. It's gonna be rough, but you're gonna make it.
It's been good though, man. I think it's a combination of having so much downtime over the past, 14 months and then moving to this new city where I don't know, I definitely feel like I stagnated in Cincinnati, both a combination of just my own mental bullshit and getting too caught up in all of the stuff that's not stand up as it relates to comedy, running the Pro-Am and running Myrtles until that ended. It fucked with my head. So I feel hungry to get laughs and to prove myself above these other comics who are also good, to feel like I can keep up with them. So something I haven't felt in a long time. I've just kind of felt defeated the past few years. So I'm
we are on opposite sides then, because I've been feeling real good. And then this past week and just kind of broke me, dude.
I believe it. That's to build that up. You've been excited for it for months. It's such a huge thing.
We got booked for that in February.
Yeah, you announced it, I think, on the very first episode of this here show 13 weeks ago. This is lucky number 13.
Oh shit!
That's why.
I announced it too early, and I was so dumb.
Maybe this should be the 14th episode, just so we we miss any other potential, bad luck. Shit. I didn't even think I should have wore my Brouhaha the 13th shirt. That would have been perfect. God, let's start over.
Yeah, let's change.
All right, be right back.
Uh-oh.
Almost committed all the way to that bit. I was going to get all the way up, disappear
Thank you.
for 5 minutes.
I would have suggested that you would have continued on, because with that bland, what's that? Is that a shirt you sleep in?
It's not yet. I'm trying to blend in with the couch. I thought about changing, and I said, you know what? No one's watching, so fuck them.
Exactly.
We got Sarah, and we've got Jake Free, allegedly, or he was fucking with us on Instagram. Jake Free, if you're listening,
I
chime
love
in.
Jake Free. He's a good dude. He probably listened to an episode.
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, yeah, I know Jake. I know Jake too. I'm just fucking around. Yeah. So that's. Did you get to do anything fun? Did you and Billy get to do anything? Fun? Did you hang out? Did you go out?
For the past,
go to a bar without a mask on, since we're allowed to do that now?
We stayed in at either his place or a friend's place.
Cheaper.
Yeah. Definitely saved some money this weekend.
There you go. They at least send you a check for the headline?
No. I mean, they did first Friday night. They paid us that, but then
that's nice.
Nothing. But then since they canceled it early, we're not getting paid that other amount for the
yeah. No, I kind of said that as a joke, but that's really nice that they fucking gave you guys the money.
That was pretty nice for Friday at least.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do,
man? Just drink and cry. That's all I do.
Yeah. Have you gone out without a mask on yet? That's the real question. This week, Joe Biden, Dr. Fauci, the rest of them said no masks needed.
Yeah.
You got that shot? You rip that mask off your face, you ugly piece of shit. We want to see that chin.
We want to see that. You know, what's weird about me is I don't have a single chin, but I do have 3 chins. Why do you think I grew the beard? No good profile. No jawline.
I mean, you've had that beard for a while. Maybe they're gone.
Yeah, it's gone. That jawline's gone.
I meant the chins, but
I've only gotten fatter.
All right. Fair enough. And I've lost weight since I put my beard on, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to see this anymore. Like, I just feel like the beard suits my face.
Yeah. You look like a
Slimming.
grit ball with it. You look great.
Like, I look like a what?
A grit ball?
I don't know what
like
the fuck
a
that
fucking
is.
grit.
All right.
Have you never heard that term? No? All right.
Is that like a mothball or a baseball?
No, that just might be a place where I went to high school exclusively.
A name they made up specifically for you.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe. Oh, I thought it was just like a common phrase. You're a grit. Maybe I didn't realize it was my nickname in high school. Shit.
Oh man.
No, we used to call people grit if they were like, looking kind of greasy, kind of just a grit ball, just a fucking
greasy with a ZZ.
Yeah, greasy with a ZZ. A ZZ Zin, sorry.
Steve ran a ZZZ. Was there on 9/11.
You get it. He ran a ZZ's. And sorry.
Let's pause for 1 second. There was some
I
delay.
saw it.
Okay. It looks like it's okay now. There's still a little bit, but whatever. Who cares?
The
audio will be okay.
Let's clap
again. What are you
again.
drinking? Clap again. 1, 2. Wait, hang on. I got to titty fuck this microphone. This is how I...
Fuck that microphone. Oh, you just cummed all over.
Right up my nose.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, buddy. You just apologize and give them the money.
I like the idea that that's what I pay for.
You don't pay to come on people's face? Yeah, I do.
No, to get my face. That was my face. This was not this was someone else's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you drinking a 50 West beer? What do you got there?
This is a Canteen vodka soda, brah.
Ooh, dang. I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm drinking a ginger drink.
Yeah, with alcohol in it, right?
No, I did not put alcohol in it.
Okay.
I do have alcohol right here because this shit. All right, I don't think I've ever had like straight up. It's like a ginger type of drink, something mixed with like lemongrass and mint flavoring. We got it from a farmer's market from a very, very nice couple that were very friendly and sold us some ginger. But it's it makes my mouth go on fire. It's like I'm eating something spicy. Like there's cayenne in it or something, but there's not. It's just ginger. It's that pink shit.
Yeah. So
or yellow shit.
Like the spice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like waking me. It's like
yeah, it's supposed to clear your sinuses and wake up your taste buds
and kill the bacteria in tuna or whatever in sushi. I think that's a myth. I don't believe that. I think it just settles your stomach down.
Pickled ginger in sushi is just a palate cleanser.
Yeah. Yes. That's it.
That's all it does. It's like lemon sorbet. It's just a palate cleanser.
Yeah. So you can taste the other raw fish sandwich roll.
Love me some sushi.
Sushi.
All right. Well, let me launch into this one. I saw your Instagram and your Facebook this weekend, like Friday or yesterday. Do you remember where you were? Where were you when you found out that Israel's continued bombing of the Gaza Strip has been just complete genocide for decades now?
Well, John, I got Apple. I know you wouldn't know this because it's an Apple thing, but they send you your screen time report every Sunday morning just to really wake you up in the right state of mind.
Why would they do that? I don't want to know that.
Because some of us are trying to limit our screen time. Mine was up 157% this week over last week. And I'll tell you, it wasn't low last week either. So really just skyrocketing. I've spent probably 12 hours on Twitter a day since last Sunday, John. It's been usually I feel like a lot of times Twitter's an absolute nightmare, an absolute shit show, an absolute just bane of humanity. Just a nightmare, just destroying the way that we talk to each other. But everything right now, as it relates to Palestine and Israel, I think is the perfect example of Twitter being, kind of a conduit for societal change. I mean, nothing is changing other than, except there's definitely more acceptance now for defense of Palestine than there ever has been, in the past 74 years.
Yeah. So you went out and marched. That's good.
So I mean, there was marches across the globe. Yeah. There were some today. There have been. But I went down to one here in Atlanta, and it was amazing. It was great to be a part of it, just be in the middle of
just connecting with strangers,
just saving the world single-handedly as a white man. One thing that was notable, I think we've talked about this as a concept on here in the past, but like being one of very few white people in a situation like that didn't happen to me often in Ohio. So I'm always very conscious of it when it's the case here. There were other white folks, but mostly like what I assume Palestinian and descendants of Palestinians. I'm not great at guessing crowd sizes, but I have to guess there was probably around 1,000.
Damn.
Somewhere, in the high hundreds at least.
Yeah. Nice.
And just like to be amongst it was very, first of all, it felt very positive isn't the right word, but it wasn't like the overarching vibe and message wasn't like fuck Israel, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu, fuck all this shit, which it has every right to be.
I agree.
But it wasn't, because some people are better than me. It turns out.
some people didn't write that on their sign, but
yeah. So I would 99.9% of the signs were positive, or again, not positive, but like not just straight up. And I think in a lot of ways that is probably the result of all of, how anybody that's critical of Israel is anti-Semitic and is blacklisted, like neo-McCarthyism type shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Which is lessening, but it still exists. So I'm sure that has an effect on, the kind of phrasing that a lot of folks use. But like I said, for the most part, very positive. And it was like a lot of people embracing each other, and I think probably seeing each other for the first time in a long time. A lot of people just who knew each other. Like it was like I felt like it was a community. Not everyone there knew each other, but like there was a lot of groups of people, and like it was just very it was very uplifting. A lot of, despite that positivity, a lot of righteous rage. Yeah. For the situation, to put it lightly, the situation with Palestine. There were a couple, negative signs where I'm like, I get it and I support it, but I just hope no one in the press gets a picture of this one, because but also 100% warranted, more than warranted. And also none of it was directly like targeted towards like citizens of Israel, but the government, which is the problem. Yeah. So I mean, I have so much shit that I could go into about Palestine and Israel. I really spent a lot of time putting these notes together, John. But
okay, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
What the notes are about.
That's what the notes are about.
Oh.
not just the march. I mean, like I said, it was a very, I don't know what it accomplished other than just like solidarity in the moment. Yeah. Hopefully there's more actions to come, and, pressure campaigns on whoever needs to have pressure put on them. I saw something today where, I forget, it's some Israeli group that donates to American politicians, and it was showing like the top 20 for 2020 that received the donations. Of course, Joe Biden, number one. And number 2 or 3 was Jon Ossoff. Oh no, Jon Ossoff is the one of the guys who just won the Senate seat in Georgia. Oh, the Jewish guy. He was Jewish.
Oh, okay.
He was number 3. Number 2 was his opponent, David Perdue. And then Raphael Warnock, the Reverend from Martin Luther King's church that is now in the Senate as well. Yeah, black dude. He was like number 6. So like the Israel lobby is donating to fucking everybody, which is not unknown, but it was very interesting to see that like it's very embedded within the I mean, this is a perfect example of bipartisanship in Washington, like bipartisanship in favor of, colonialism and genocide against an entire race of people.
No shit. Hey, we can come across now to agree that we need to bomb more brown people, right?
Exactly. Even if you got to pay other brown people to do it.
Yeah, man. Why do you think
has become our forte?
Up with Osama bin Laden in the 80s.
John, that's conspiratorial, and I can't believe that you're even saying that into a microphone.
Okay. Was that conspiratorial of photo evidence of Donald Rumsfeld shaking Osama bin Laden's hand?
Have you heard of Photoshop, John?
Oh, have you heard of a deep forgot fake? About that.
Have you heard of the deep state? It's not real.
Well, let me drop some more conspiracy theories on you. If you notice, I'm not wearing a wedding ring today. Uh-oh. What does that mean, listeners?
Cheat day?
You got it.
Sunday's cheat day. Some people it's for a diet. Other people it's for...
I'm going to eat all the pussy I want.
Hell yeah. You got any on the way, or what? You're just gonna go out on the town and see what happens?
Dive head first like fucking Pete Rose. First one I see, I'm just gonna go muff diving,
So she's gonna be 16 years old, is what you mean by the Pete Rose comment?
First of all, she was 14, and second of all, I'm not Matt Getz.
I got nothing in response to that. That's just good
Yeah.
old,
That's
good
good.
old fashioned clean comedic,
Clean jokes. Take that one home to your daughter.
cleanly shaven.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit. Well, we already started on the Israel shit, so I guess I should just start going through some of this. I don't know. Like how much have you been following?
I just watched some of the news tonight, like maybe like an hour ago or something, and it said that Israel has vowed to continue bombing the Gaza Strip.
Yeah, yep, that's certainly the case. Oh, there was
So
something.
that's about as up to date as I can be right now. Come on. Come on me, daddy. Share that screen on me, daddy.
What the fuck? This is dumb as hell.
Here we
Statement
go.
from the White House yesterday. Today, the president spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, reaffirmed his strong support for Israel's right to defend itself against rocket attacks from Hamas and other terrorist groups in Gaza, and condemned these indiscriminate attacks on Israel. He condemns indiscriminate attacks against Israel, doesn't condemn a single indiscriminate attack that the IDF has been perpetuating against Gaza for the past several decades, not to mention this past fucking week. Just heinous videos. Heinous videos from Gaza this week, like of the IDF busting into people's homes, beating the shit out of them, dragging them from their homes. I mean, the amount of bombs dropping. I mean, I think close to 200 people have died this past week in Gaza. Israel, I think the death toll is about 6, and those were probably all self-inflicted. So this is the second part of the White House statement. President also spoke with Palestinian Authority, which is some government organization in Palestine, but like Palestine is not governed. It's not a state. It's just a territory that is under, occupation by Israel. Like every part of Palestine is controlled by Israel. So there's not a Palestinian government. That's something that a lot of people don't understand. And it's intentionally, we don't understand it. That's the way that, the government and the media wants us to know. They discussed a shared desire for Jerusalem to be a place of peaceful coexistence for all faiths and backgrounds. Like, yeah, okay. We still sent $3.8 billion to the side that's fucking leveling one of those cities.
Yeah.
And this comes after Biden, for the past week, multiple times coming out, like you said, and saying like, yeah, we support Israel's right to defend itself.
Yeah.
Pretending that the rockets that were sent by Hamas or whoever is shooting rockets were the ones provoking the violence, as if
I know, right?
As if everything that occurred over the past several weeks didn't happen, which this is all just par for the course for anybody that's lived in Palestine for the past 70 years. But watching it unfold as it happens has been like, eye-opening doesn't feel like the right word, but watching consent get manufactured by the government and the media over this past week is always fascinating to see, because it's pretty widespread. It's pretty insane. And also something that's frustrating to me, but I don't think lesser of people because of it, but like, there was widespread outpouring in support of Black Lives Matter last summer.
Yeah.
And I do not see a lot of people who are saying anything about this what's going on in Palestine. I mean, there's people talking about it, but like, I'm talking about like the level of the protests and things that erupted after the death of George Floyd. And the reason that it doesn't, I'm not mad, is that it's an indictment of our media and the way that like this topic has been brought up for us like our entire lives. So like people either don't understand what's going on, or they don't feel like they can comment on it, or they just or it's like not even crossing their field of vision. Because again, like even on Facebook, I feel like I see some people posting about it, but not only people who are like basically like ultra leftist.
Yeah. I guess I'm just friends with a lot of ultra leftists, like, because I'm seeing it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm not. I don't mean that I'm not seeing it, but like from like a wider group of people, I'm not, and I think that has to do with that greater, cultural context that I mentioned, and also, I mean, religion.
Well, I mean,
like,
it's
because it is
I
so.
think,
The narrative is so tightly associated with religion, even though the actual conflict and the interests involved are not. But it's weaponized against regular people by like tying it to religion.
yeah, they definitely weaponized religion in this scenario.
And also actual weapons.
Yes, with actual weapons. I mean, the Jews control the media and the government. Not here, but in Israel, right? They do.
Well, the government controls the media and the government in Israel. So yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You got me on that one, John. It sounds problematic, but actually it's the reality. Why is it opening Microsoft Outlook? What the fuck is my computer doing? A big thing that is worth commenting on as it relates to this, because a lot of people who don't want you thinking critically about the situation, they perpetuate this notion that it's complicated. It's complicated and you can't possibly understand it. And that's so that you don't think critically about it and that you just take what the media and, Israel says as, gospel. Unless you're an atheist, in which case, the devil's gospel or whatever. But so the UN, so here's something that's fully uncomplicated. In fact, I think a lot of the things that I wanted to talk about are fully uncomplicated because I don't know the entire history of the region. I don't think you have to know the history of the region to be against genocide, apartheid, and colonialism, because that's what's happening. That's what's happening on camera, and that's what places like Human Rights Watch and the UN have said are happening. So it's not just some liberal conspiracy. The UN Security Council voted 13 out of 14 to call for a ceasefire between Israel and Palestine.
Yeah.
All 14 have to sign on. Guess who it was that didn't sign on?
Israel?
The United States.
Son of a bitch.
Multiple times we have denied,
Goddamn, dude.
actively denied a ceasefire. Joe Biden, such a decent man. Thank God he's in office. What a good guy. It's the decency of the office. And it's
because we're just entrenched in the blood of innocent civilians with our military-industrial complex, dude. It's because we don't want to see anyone cease fire.
Yeah, that's
our profits would go down. Oh,
it's our biggest export, weapons.
Dude, yeah, no shit.
We got Lockheed Martin right down the street, baby.
Oh yeah, I didn't know they were a Georgia plant.
They have a Georgia plant. They also have an elementary school called Lockheed Elementary. Dystopian shit.
No.
This is from today. China criticizes U.S. for preventing UN Security Council statement calling for Israel-Hamas ceasefire.
Oh my God! Wait a second. Let me just bring this before you get into this. Is China condemning our human rights campaign? Guess come on, man. That's
why I'm laughing.
Really
yes,
really
right?
bad.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Tony Blinken or somebody in the fucking Defense Department came out and condemned China for, their human rights abuses against the Uyghurs, which I feel weird saying. But it's spelled different than whatever racist way you're thinking. So this does feel like a little bit of a tit for tat, but also, how is it that you are letting China get to your left on human rights abuses? God
damn, dude.
That's how easy it is to be to the left of Joe Biden and the United States government in general. That China, who's communist, it's a communist regime, so it is left, right, John?
Yeah, it's barely communist. They have a stock market.
It's not. They call themselves communist.
Yeah, I know. That's
but they're not.
It's like communists in name only.
Yeah, which is so funny to me because like all of these right wingers always talk about communist China.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't just because they call themselves communist doesn't mean that they're communist. And also like, people just use it as an insult. But anyways, I thought that was very fun. There's not really any specifics about it, just it has the statement and stuff.
God damn, dude, that's terrible. I remember one time in college. So this is I was like I didn't take any of like my shared humanities classes until I was like a senior in college. So when I finally did, I was around all these freshmen. And I know it sounds stupid to be like, I'm 4 years older than you guys. I know so much more. But dude, you should hear some of the shit that would come out of these people's mouths. And I took this like ethics and humanities class, and someone raised their hand. And we got on the topic of murder, or not murder, but lethal injections, the death penalty. That's what I'm trying to do. We got on the subject of the death penalty, and someone literally commented this and said, in China, they have these things called murder vans where they just pick you up and then you get murdered in the back of the van. I think we should have that in the United States. And I just burst out laughing.
Wait a minute. They do have that. It's called the bang bus.
Yeah.
Murder that pussy.
Yeah, dog.
Or asshole.
But she was describing those secret vans that come in and kill you in the middle of the night. And she thought those were like lethal injection vans, like for criminals. I think that's what she was saying. She was like, it's so expensive to kill someone. They should just, and I burst out laughing. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I was laughing I laughed so loud, and then I looked around and realized everyone was just like, I was the only one laughing.
Why is he laughing at that? That guy's a psycho.
Everyone was just staring at me, and I'm like, you can't be serious. You can't actually think we're going to take human rights advice from China? Are you shitting me? But look how the tables have turned like 15 years later.
They sure have. And China is just, a precipice of human rights victories, and they don't do anything wrong. That's good. Everything they're doing is good. Yeah. That's the stance of this podcast, and that's the stance of our employers, too. Of which we, of course, do not have, because we're communists and we live off the land.
Yes, we live in a commune.
So, man, I prepared all this shit, and it's just all so fucking depressing, and I don't know anymore.
Yeah, it's all good.
I want to get into it, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like, because so much has happened, and there's so many fucked up things. All right, so one more recent thing, and then maybe I can go into some of the stuff that's happened throughout the week. But did you watch that documentary that I sent you by any chance?
No, I did, because you sent it to me like 2 p.m. on a Thursday or something. I'm like, I'm not. It's like an hour and a half long. I don't have time for this. I'm at work till 6.
I didn't necessarily mean to watch it right then, but that's just when I saw it.
No, I haven't watched it. I gotta sit down for that.
Yeah,
I haven't really had much sit down time other than crying.
And the movie's gonna make you cry too. All right, give me 5 more seconds. Let's see if this shit pops up. God damn it. So, okay, I guess. All right, I'm just going to go into this. So we talked about Joe Biden already and how he has said that Israel has a right to defend itself. Of course, Palestine does not. And why would they? They're poor. And that really is kind of what it comes down to, because like the whole argument of Israel has a right to defend itself because Hamas sent rockets, and they're defending themselves by, leveling buildings that people live in and killing entire families and ending entire bloodlines for no reason, just because they decided to.
Yeah.
And the reason that they're allowed to bomb indiscriminately is because their missiles at least have the capability of targeting a specific building that they can say terrorists live in. While like Hamas basically has, glorified fireworks and shit that they've been able to cobble together over the past 7 years since the last time they were under siege by Israel. So really, I mean, I mean, this is assuming that it's even a good faith argument, which it's not, but like really the argument is that the country that's armed by the United States and the EU has the right to defend itself, and the poor fucks who are sitting on the land that they want need to get the fuck out of the way. And if you fight back,
dude.
stop resisting, and we're going to kill you. And we're going to kill you. It's over.
Stand your ground and stop resisting.
It's fucked.
Yeah, man, the whole world's become a stand your ground state.
It's obscene. It's absurd. And fortunately, you know, the squad and other folks in Congress did have spoken out against.
Yeah, I saw
shit.
AOC tweeted shit.
AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, who is a descendant of Palestinians. Her parents immigrated from Palestine because they were displaced, of course. So she gave a very impassioned speech. And also a number of other people. It wasn't just like the quote unquote squad. It was some of the other progressive people. So like that's the bare minimum of like what has changed. Like that's what's changed is that there are some people who are vociferously speaking out against these crimes against humanity, which is what they are, which is what I think
what America's built on.
Yeah, I mean it really is, and that's a big reason why you know, it's so hard for America to come to terms with the reality of what's happening in that part of the world is because, I mean, that's what our country was built on. You talked about this last week where it's literally what we did to indigenous Americans.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course we're going to support that. We're not going to sign the ceasefire because that would mean us less sales of our newest Predator drone.
Yep.
I mean, we've become such entrenched in just the daily bombings of people around the world that there's no hope I really think there's no hope for America to be saved or anything to come back, man. Just burn it down, start anew.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I agree with that, John, but you know, we're going to let it stand. But it's totally fucked. Like, I mean, we are a settler colonial state.
Yeah.
And that is what Israel is. So like, of course we are going to perpetuate that. And we try to turn other places into that when we, you know, stage coups.
Oh dude, so many coups.
But here's a nice little stat. Israel has the right to defend herself. You know, they sent rockets and they're just as bad. They're the aggressors for sending indiscriminate, you know, dumb rockets as opposed to our smart, precise rockets, which kill families with precision and quick and painless. And Hamas just as bad. You know, here's a stat: Israel has killed more people in Gaza the past 24 hours than Hamas rockets have killed in the past 20 years.
Jesus.
That's how stark it is, and yet people pretend like these are the same.
I mean, I heard on the news today, like I said, like this was just a couple hours ago, or maybe like an hour ago now. And they were talking about how Hamas fired a rocket into an Israeli temple. Of course, right before like a big prayer, but it was before like anyone was in there. So no one was injured. And then they were like, and as retaliation, Israel bombed like someone like 23, killed someone like 23 people.
Yeah, probably just targeted a school while it was in session, you know, just like tit for tat, like the same. These are the same thing.
Yeah,
like, you know, shooting rockets that get stopped by the $1 billion missile defense system that the U.S. paid for you.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's all the same.
Not killing anybody.
Not killing anybody versus killing thousands of people.
Yeah.
Which is what happens every time Israel is aggressive with the Palestinians. Thousands of Palestinians die, and 3 Israelis die because they have a heart attack or whatever.
Yeah. They died of gout.
Yeah. Okay, here's the stat. 2000 to 2020. 30
Yeah.
Israelis killed by Hamas, 5,851 Palestinians killed by the IDF. So
Jesus.
that's the kind of the same. These are the same. These numbers are the
Yeah.
exact same.
6 people.
The
Yeah, dude.
stateless territory with no money that has been literally starved by Israel and doesn't have drinkable water. The UN said that Gaza would have no drinkable water by 2020. It's 2021, folks. Gaza does not have drinkable water. Gazans just
Goddamn.
drink poisoned water, like Flint, but the whole city. This is why I asked if you watched that documentary, because the documentary is about the right to return. It was something that it happened in 2018. It was a fucking massacre on the border that was not reported as such. Definitely, again, I'm going to put a link in the description, but I definitely encourage folks to check out this documentary by Abby Martin. It's called I had it in my head just now, and now I forget. Gaza Fights for Freedom is what it's called. And trigger warning, it's got fucking war death, okay? It's not a lot of it, but you see dead people. And it's horrific. It's fucking heinous.
Yeah.
And bringing that up now, I've forgotten. Oh yes. So like literally Israel controls how much food goes into Gaza. They have determined the amount of people that live in Gaza and how much is like the minimal caloric intake daily that they can have without dying, and they allow just that. So they've put there was an Israeli official who was quoted saying, "We're putting them on a diet."
Oh my God, dude. Yeah,
They're
like
not
'cause, think about all those fat Palestinians you see over there. You know,
Yeah,
with
they
their
all the chill all
46-inch waist. Those fat cats over there in Palestine.
all those the 40% child population Palestine, just a bunch of fat fucks that need to
Yeah, dude.
eat less. They in general have like 4 hours of electricity, and that's all on purpose.
Damn.
If they try to flee via this, like fishermen regularly just get gunned down by the IDF for going too far into the ocean or the water. You can't leave Gaza. People are not allowed to leave Gaza. On very rare occasions can they even leave for like hospital, like if they're injured or like very sick. And a lot of people have died because Israel just they don't even consider it. They act like they will. They make you go through the whole process, and they just fucking deny it. And that's just what happens on regular days. That's before these big conflicts. I'm sorry for saying conflicts, but these atrocities pop off. It's just an ongoing atrocity. So like any notion that Palestinians are the aggressor in this situation is fucking laughable. And if it's coming from someone who's informed, they're intentionally being misinformational.
Yeah.
A lot of people are propagandized. And that's very easy to be. If all you watch is news on the television, just listen to NPR. NPR has been spreading this propaganda. So like, even the outlets that you think are the woke ones are not woke on this topic. Although there have been a few journalists who like have roots in the Middle East, who are on like MSNBC and stuff, have also spoken in favor of Palestine and have even like allowed Palestinian voices on to speak to
nice.
the American populace. So like things are progressing in that regard, but unfortunately it's
not going to be fast enough before there's no more Palestinians.
Yeah, so many have died already, and like it's going to get worse. Like they're talking about putting boots on the ground, which they already are. Like they're fucking there. They're brutalizing people in the street already, but like a real ground assault. And I'm hoping for the best, but I don't have any fucking no hope. Certainly
not with our war machines.
No, and like the more that America gets involved, the more I think it's going to pop off because we're just going to fucking make it worse, Maybe you saw this, maybe you didn't. Doesn't matter. We're gonna show it. And we are sharing it. We need a producer, John. Am I sharing the audio?
I thought that was your job.
Yeah. It is my job, but it's all... Oh, Israeli airstrike destroys building housing the ass. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Destroy that ass. No. Israel targeted a building that for a very long time the Associated Press and Al Jazeera have been based out of. So specifically, this is a media building that they're destroying on screen there in front of you. And, you know, images like this have been very prominent this week of them just demolishing civilian buildings. I mean, where people live, residential homes, apartment complexes, condo, I don't know, places where people live. And so, like, okay, this hissing has to stop. I'm just going to stop sharing. What the fuck?
I do not hear that.
You can't hear it? Well, that's good.
That's all you, dog.
The audio was hissing in my ear. Israeli airstrike destroys building housing the Associated Press, Al Jazeera offices. The strike came an hour after the Israeli military ordered people to evacuate, according to reporting from the Associated Press. The building also housed other offices and residential apartments, so that building had apartments in it. The senior advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told NPR that Hamas military intelligence used the building but provided no evidence to back that claim. So, hey, there's NPR doing a little bit of investigative journalism now that they're targeting journalists.
Yeah.
Dumb move. Dumb move on the part of the Israeli government because, like, journalists are kind of reporting on this honestly because they're like, they targeted the fucking Associated Press and Al Jazeera, who are both like credible news organizations.
Yeah, but I mean, how Israeli was Al Jazeera before, you know?
Not, but like the Associated Press is like worldwide, like, and that's, you know.
I'm pretty sure they're all nerds, John. Who cares? News nerds.
But I want to say this because, like, there really hasn't been that much outrage from, you know, Democrats about this. Like, that's a clear assault against journalism, right? Like, literally blowing up their building and, like, destroying all, like, they didn't have time to remove their equipment. Like, they could grab what they had on them and go.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you know this, but this is actually a defense that people are making in favor of like how Israel is humane in their destruction of a city with bombs. Is they are warning people before they blow their buildings up. So an hour before it's happening, it's called a roof knock. I don't understand how this shit works, but allegedly they let you know, hey, you need to evacuate this building because we're about to fucking blow it up.
Oh, damn.
So this is your home. Pack up whatever you can hold in your arms and go because you're going to be dead in an hour if you stay here.
Yeah, man.
So humane, right? Like Hamas isn't doing that. They're just shooting rockets that get knocked out of the air by our $1 billion defense system.
Yeah.
They're so much worse. Hamas is so bad. They're the worst. And they represent all Palestinians. They represent all a fringe group that was created by Israel to oust former Palestinian leadership and is now turned their sights on Israel. They represent all Palestinians. But anyways, the journalism thing, I wanted to say this fucking dumbass joke that I tweeted.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like Democrats screeched for 4 fucking years about Trump silencing journalists because he was like a dick to the shitheads that are White House reporters for Washington Post and CNN. Pretty silent on this shit. Like I said, there like a lot of journalists actually have been speaking out against it, but not a lot of those people on Twitter and in Congress that just screeching night and day about, you know, how anti-free speech Donald Trump is. But now that Benjamin Netanyahu is doing it, radio silence. It's almost like they don't actually give a shit about any of that. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but he's someone that Ted Cruz retweeted. So, but I want to read the guy's tweet first before we get to Teddy boy. Good old Ted. My president. I'll tell you that much. Ted Cruz missile, more like.
Hell yeah.
Ted Royal Caribbean Cruise. All right, Richard Kemp. Again, don't know who the fuck this guy is. Okay, so he's talking about this picture. You see the picture on the right? That's Hamas. On the left, that's Israel's. That's the Iron Dome. That's the defense system that knocks the missiles out of the air.
Yeah.
Pretty insane picture, by the way. I mean, look at that shit.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing.
That's the beauty of the rockets, like Brian Williams talked about when he was reporting on the deadly assault on Syria. On the right, Hamas fires deadly missiles at Israel. Left, IDF sends missiles to knock them down. Iron Dome is protecting both Israeli and Gazan civilians from Hamas attack. If it wasn't for IDF, Israel would have already. If it wasn't for the Iron Dome, Israel would have already entered Gaza and many civilians would have died. Okay.
Wait,
So first of all, he's saying that if Israel didn't have America's funding for like the Iron Dome, then they already would have put boots on the ground in Gaza. Again, like there's not already boots on the ground in Gaza.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm saying.
But I mean, just look at that framing. Like if we weren't funding them, then this would already be way worse than it was. It's like it was.
Dude,
Hamas is not the aggressor. Hamas is responding to decades of fucking occupation and genocide.
Yeah, dude.
Like sending rockets indiscriminately, I'm not in favor of that because I think violence sucks, man. But it's justified. They're under constant attack. They're under occupation. They're living in an open air prison.
Yeah.
And is sending rockets really doing them any favors? No, because look at the optics of this. This is not good optics. But like, are you gonna trap someone in a corner and then fucking blame them when they try to fight out of it? Like, fuck you. That's a natural human response. But anyways, so I hate that fucking.
Wait a second. Hold on. What's that on right there? It just says keep attacking. That's Richard Kemp again. Did you see that?
No, wait, what?
Wait, scroll back up. There it is. Look at the screen. Relevant people.
Oh, keep attacking.
Keep attacking.
That's his bio. Keep attacking. Keep attacking.
Never stop killing people.
That's psychotic.
Yeah, dude, that is
so
all caps.
Of course, Ted Cruz follows this guy. So Ted Cruz retweeted that. He says, incredible. In the coming days, I will travel to Israel to assess what they need to protect their national security, which is closely tied to America's national security. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Economic interests for selling weapons of mass destruction? Absolutely. Security? National security? No, not even a little bit.
Or national security? No. Or oil or desperate need for oil? Yeah.
Our military empire? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
National security? No. In fact, it would benefit our national security to get the fuck out of there.
Oh, yeah, dude. Way more.
Do you know how many terrorists we're creating by supporting this shit? Like, we are so lucky that the worst that's happened on U.S. soil is 9/11. It's insane that it's the only thing that's happened with the amount of death and destruction that we have rained upon this globe for the past 60, 70 years.
Yeah, dude. It's, fuck. Yeah, we just can't help but kill. Can't stop, won't stop.
It's how we started, and it's how we're gonna fucking end. And like, I don't like Ted Cruz is like pretty upset. It looks like he's gonna go over to Israel and just solve their problem and make sure that they get. You know, our 3.8 billion really probably isn't enough. 3.8 billion annually, 3.8 billion. Who's gonna pay for that? Who's gonna pay for that, John? That's a little bit much, isn't it?
Is it Ted Cruz?
We got to add more. We're probably going to have to send more military aid because that's what Ted Cruz is going to find when he goes to Tel Aviv in a very who's to say if one of those rockets gets loose and just hits his motorcade? That would be tragic. I would really hate if that happened.
Hey, man. You know what the world needs right in the Middle East needs right now is Ted Cruz. I've always said that.
But at least, he's stepping up, man. Like, I don't really understand. Like, did Israel call Ted's wife ugly or something? Like, what's going on? He's really just stepping up. Someone should tell Ted Cruz that Cancun isn't in Israel. Or at least not yet. They could claim it at any point now. Start claiming other cities and other countries and say that it's their birthright or whatever the fuck. I feel like I've been talking so fucking much, but also this is like consumed my being. I'm like so glad I've done 4 different sets this week, and I think it's the best week for that to happen to me mentally because like I I needed to get the fuck out of the house and stop looking at Twitter because it's like so compelling.
Did you do any jokes about like with Ted Cruz or what?
No new bits.
You didn't do any free Palestine jokes?
Nope, not yet. Those will make their way into the thing. I did try to open with a thing that got zero response on Facebook and maybe on Twitter too, but I opened with it on an open mic I did on Thursday, and it was about the masks. I wanted to talk about this before, so we can just dive into it now. But Joe Biden said we don't have to wear masks inside anymore.
Hell yeah!
So I've decided to start wearing a mask this week because don't trust that motherfucker. That guy.
Oh man, he's delusional. Where's
Real piece of shit.
Where's the dementia people now?
And so the bar that I did the open mic in is in Kennesaw, which is like a little bit north of here, and this is a bar where people weren't wearing a mask. This is the same place that I was telling you about that I didn't go into the show because people weren't wearing masks like a few months ago. So this is like a conservative, like Trump-esque bar, but they're a good comedy audience. I mean, they got some good laughs. But I thought it was very funny because I was like, it must be a bunch of liberals in here because you guys trust Joe Biden. You're not wearing your masks. And I just it got like a kind of it got like a little bit of a titter tatter, but to me that was so satisfying. That's such a funny concept, and I'm hoping I can try to do that more in the coming weeks of like just turning. I feel like that's a fun turn of like, you're not wearing your masks. I guess you're a bunch of libtards now.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. You want to exit this screen?
Oh, I'm still showing the screen, huh?
Yeah.
Damn, just spitting that hot fire. Forgot I was sharing my screen. Were you looking at my notes, or was it just showing you that?
No, I was looking at your private DMs.
Nice.
All those private DMs.
Hope you didn't screenshot them. Anyways.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm starting a new podcast called Screenshots.
Screenshots. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's just all the screenshots I have over the years.
That sounds like more of an Instagram account, but you do you, man.
Hey, man, I want people. I'm just gonna describe the screenshots to people. All right, so this is this dude I know. He's a little wild, kind of messed up in the head, but he said, "Yeah, it's gonna be boring. It's gonna be very bad."
Nothing you could do could be boring, John. So just take that with you.
Oh, thank you very much, comrade. No, we're probably down about an hour now.
We're at about an hour. There's a couple other fun things to talk about. Unless you really want to hop off, John. You seem like
no. That's what I'm saying. Let's take this into the home. Let's close this out. Let's see what you got to say.
Rolling. All right. So Ohio news. The Ohio Vax Lottery.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you see that?
Oh, dude, I saw it. I don't know if it was national. I follow Ohio stuff, so I don't know how it goes. I don't know how this wouldn't be a national story though. It's huge.
Oh, but did you hear the other story?
I don't know. Well, hey, tell the people who might not know what the deal is.
Okay, so apparently if you get a vaccine before like May 26th, I think, you're eligible to go. If you get like both shots in by May 26th, you're eligible to win $1 million from the Ohio government.
The communist Ohio government giving people handouts, $1 million handouts.
$1 million, and I think like 4 people are eligible to win this, so it's like $4 million. This story came right after the story of that Ohio is one of the most corrupt, like officially corrupt governments in the state,
in the country.
The country is what I mean. Yeah, the state is one of the most corrupt. Like law places in all of the United States. I mean,
Cincinnati's city government, particularly city hall, like city council, has to be up there.
Dude, I don't know much about Cleveland shit, but about their elected officials. I mean, they got Dennis Kucinich. He's probably on the take.
Yeah, but he's not working for the city.
I know. I'm fucking with you.
He's not working for the city though. That guy's not working
But,
at all.
Yeah.
He's old as fuck.
Yeah. But I know Cincinnati and Columbus also, like their local governments are, I mean, it's just so corrupt.
Yep.
The two out of the three biggest cities in the state are just so corrupt.
And then they're like, here's $1 million, 5 of you.
Hey, fuck you, idiots. Here's $1 million.
How do these communists think that people are going to go back to work after we're giving them $1 million a week?
Yeah. How these dumb millennials supposed to cash that check? They don't even know what checks are.
I have to write on the money, but you write it out? What do you mean?
I thought that was illegal.
Yeah, I thought you weren't allowed to print your own money. What the fuck?
Yeah, this doesn't seem cool. Can I just fax you my debit card?
Are you guys on the Cash App?
You are. Can I just give you a deal off my bundle in OnlyFans?
Do you accept Dogecoin?
To the moon, motherfucker.
Oh, shit. It is interesting that you don't hear that at all. You don't hear any of these maybe I'm just not plugged into any right wingers, but they're not like, what the hell is this? Like this, they're literally getting this from the COVID relief federal fund. And they're like, we're going to give it away to all these dipshits that won't get vaccinated. They're not going to get vaccinated. This isn't going to work.
I mean, it just means that someone who was already planning on getting vaccinated is just going to get some money. So I'm kind of in favor of it, right?
Yeah, no, I mean that's good, but like I'm
not buying that. It's going to convince people to start getting vaccinated if they weren't up to this point.
Like honestly, if they really want it to be for somebody who wasn't going to get vaxxed, there needs to be like a survey you fill out. Like, is this? When did you get it? No. Were you Have you ever been skeptical of a vaccine? Have you ever sold essential oils as real medicine?
Yeah. Are you into Herbalife?
And also at the same time, Ohio is one of many states that have announced that they're going to soon be, getting rid of the unemployment benefit.
June 2nd. Yeah. Or what?
The unemployment benefit.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I heard the mask mandates up on June 2nd. I did not hear that they were going to get rid of the unemployment benefit.
Yep. Yeah, I think sometime in the summer. There's a lot of, Republican governors doing that. And so this is
shits.
This is in that vein. I'm not going to do the whole article here, but this is from Cincinnati, WVXU, the NPR affiliate in Cincinnati. Senator Rob Portman, our favorite Republican senator in Ohio.
Is he Republican? I just knew he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, and he's a Republican. And again, this is an equal opportunity fuck you podcast. Yeah. We hate them all.
We hate all Republicans.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that both sides are bad. I'm saying that the right wing and the right wing are bad, and Democrats and Republicans are both that. There are some Democrats who are not right wing, and they're the good ones.
Yeah.
All right. Got like 4. Yeah, we've got a few more. A few more has been speaking out on Palestine, which is great. So I'll take it. I like it. Rob Portman says Ohio should stop those checks. I'm sorry. This is what the fuck. I am going to open the article because I need some context. Maybe Ohio didn't. Now I'm thinking maybe Ohio didn't actually set a date, and I'm projecting. Portman says too many Ohioans are not working because of generous federal unemployment pay. Of course he is, because he's a Republican, and Republicans believe that because they're fucking stupid. Ohio's Republican U.S. Senator is urging the state to stop providing the $300 weekly federal checks to unemployed Ohioans. So I was wrong. I'm going to erase that. Which will stop coming on September 6th unless another COVID relief package extends them. So that's not up to Ohio. That's just federally.
Yeah.
So here's what Rob Portman suggests.
Yeah,
Senator Rob.
Great ideas.
Yeah, Republicans always have good ideas. Senator Rob Portman says there are good jobs available, but says many Ohioans won't work because the federal jobless benefits are too generous. $300 are so thank you for the $300. Thank you. Oh my God, it's so.
Oh my God.
such an easy, like, I would like to see Rob Portman try to live on $300 a week. Bet you he couldn't do it. Would you stop sneezing through me talking,
I'm sorry,
John?
dude.
This is
Someone's
so
attacked
fucked
my
up.
sinuses. It is spring.
I think it's Hamas.
Free my nose. Yeah.
Sorry. Then my dog starts crying in the other room. All right, so here's what Rob Portman says, because there's so many great paying jobs, all of these jobs that pay less than minimum wage, and then you make a tip, and people don't tip, and these are great jobs, and they're putting them off because they're making $300 whole a week. They're just really fucking living it up on these unemployment insurance. Here's what Rob Portman suggests to encourage people to go back to those jobs that underpay them and don't give them any benefits or a living wage. Portman says Ohio should stop those checks and give people who take jobs a $100 signing bonus. 100. A one-time payment of $100 from the government. That's Rob Portman's solution.
Wait. I get it one time and it's $100? Man, say goodbye to student debt.
That's how out of touch this motherfucker is. He's like, people don't want to work. They just want $100 extra, and then they'll go work at fucking McDonald's and get treated like shit by people like me.
Yeah.
But they're going to have that $100 and they
put tomatoes on their sandwich when they said no tomatoes.
Yeah. And then they can take that $100 and invest it in a tomato farm to make better tomatoes, and they'll want to put it on a burger. And then they can quit their job at McDonald's because they put down $100 on tomato stock.
Hell yeah.
Totally out of touch.
God. I'm sorry, dude. Something's really got me. No, don't stop. Do not stop recording.
I'm not stopping. I was, so this doesn't make it, it makes it better, but it really still doesn't. Point of clarification. I think they had to update the story after people were freaking out like I just did.
Yeah.
They should put this at the top of the story. This is on WVXU, and I blame them because I interviewed with them 3 years ago and they didn't give me the fucking job.
What the fuck is wrong with that? What the fuck?
Point of clarification. Portman's office says that the $100 signing bonus would really be the equivalent of a $600 signing bonus because it would provide $100 a week over 6 weeks on the job, John.
Oh my God, this just gets worse.
It does get worse. It's like, it's so like, if you're going to say, let's just make that the 300. Make it the 300.
What the fuck is that?
And forever.
This is so dumb. Oh my God. Fuck me.
That's a Republican for you. That's a right. That's what your right wing government gives you, baby. Holy shit, man! You're really dying.
Yeah, I'm dying over here.
Dying up here.
Look at my bloodshot eyes. This time it's sneezing.
Have you been huffing that gasoline, John?
Man, only the unleaded. That's all I can afford right now.
Wait a minute. Were you buying premium?
Just a huff.
Oh, fair enough. It gets you higher. It's a better high too.
It's better ethanol content.
Burns your sinuses more cleanly.
Yeah, dude.
That's why you're sneezing, because the it's fucking you up. I got it. I get it. I got the joke, John. It's funny. I liked it. I'm going to finally open my alcoholic beverage moments before we end this thing. All right. Yeah. So I brought up, was there a gas thing in Ohio, or was that, did that not affect Ohio?
It's up to like $3. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like it's terrible.
In the South,
I didn't see anybody filling up like hampers like you have on others.
Filling up those mesh hampers that are collapsible that can't actually hold anything.
Yeah.
Just mesh.
It's just pouring it out there. They don't get anything.
My clothes stay inside of this thing. Why isn't the gas staying inside? I don't understand.
Yeah.
No, so
I heard Atlanta was hit.
Atlanta, like along the South and the East Coast, what happened was there was some like cybersecurity hack
Uh-oh.
that happened for the Colonial Pipeline. Ironic for the Colonial Pipeline to get hit while colonials in fucking Israel massacre civilians.
Heyo.
I honestly didn't look into the story because I don't give a fuck, but the result was that a bunch of dipshits started panic buying gasoline, which led to a lot of kind of hilarious pictures and I think some devastating crashes, actually, where people got into a wreck with a bunch of gasoline in their fucking trunk and dying in a fire. But like there's videos of people like trying to fill up grocery bags.
Yeah, I saw
like
that.
Fucking Tupperware, like those big Tupperware storage containers.
When I said that lady, I said filling up hampers. I saw a picture of that actually happening, and I'm like
actual
shit.
hamper.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so they're not too bright down there. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was just the South. I don't want to be.
It might have been Florida.
Not saying.
He's playing Florida.
True.
It was
Florida.
probably in Florida.
Probably Floridians. They're all about that. You know, it's all about me. The fucking apocalypse is coming, and I got to watch out for myself, and I got to fill this 80-gallon drum with gasoline. How am I going to get into my car? No fucking idea. But
I ride a moped. What am I doing?
And like there wouldn't have been, so gas stations all like when I was driving around on Tuesday night, fortunately I filled up on Monday right before that shit happened. Didn't even know, you know. And I got 70 cents off per gallon at Kroger, baby. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's lines like around the block. I thought Chick-fil-A released a new sandwich. I thought a new COVID test just dropped. People are trying to get that shit. But
J.
no,
Cole album dropped. Maybe that was it.
Could have been the J. Cole album 3 days early. You know, someone bootlegged it and they were selling it at the gas station. No, it turns out people are just trying to cosplay the summer of 1978 during the oil shortage.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so on basically Wednesday through Friday, you drive around, all the gas stations say zero on the price because they don't have any gas.
Yeah. Damn.
Pretty insane to like see that in real life. But they're all, I mean, they got the pipeline back up and running, and like the gas stations already have gas again.
Oh, did they? Okay.
So it was so temporary, and also so there wouldn't have not even been a shortage if dipshits hadn't gone out and just panic bought a bunch of gas that they're not going to be able to use.
Idiots. How are you going to get it from a Tupperware container into your tank?
Just like pour it.
You don't even own a funnel, motherfucker.
Just jab a hole in like the bottom and let it drain out like it's a fucking...
Just tip it around.
Jam one of those faucets that they make for like watermelons and whatever. Just like...
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. God damn.
Gasoline lemonade, baby.
I did see the CDC tweeted, please do not fill up gasoline bags plastic bags with gasoline.
Which they can't tell me what to do.
He is tweeting that, dude. The fucking CDC's tweeting that. You know people are fucking dumb. That means that had to have happened so many times that they're like, all right, we got to step in here.
This shit's going viral. You guys need to cut it out, all right?
Yeah, I know. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Quit being gas holes. Get out of here.
Gas holes. Count it.
My weed dealer texted me, told me he got the gas, and I was like, wait a second, what? Is it the good shit
is
or
it
like
premium or unleaded, or is it
or is it that OG Kush?
Yeah.
Woo! And that's going to be the episode, I think. What do you think, John?
I think that sounds awesome. Hey,
I think that's it.
Let's do the like, subscribe, rate us, iTunes, Apple Music.
Give us a thumbie.
Spotify, give us the thumbs up. Give us a 5-star review. Please just show us some love because this is all we've got.
God knows we need it.
We need it so much. I need it desperately.
Yes. Follow the pod. Follow the pod at Soup4Family on Instagram. For the number.
Yes.
Everything else spelled the way you think it's spelled.
You can follow me on everything. I'm pretty sure YouTube, Facebook,
Parlor,
Instagram, Twitter. At Jon Holmes Lives. I'm also on Frank. Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about that. I'm not on Frank.
what the fuck is Frank?
And that's that new My Pillow guy, Mike. No, this is real.
He made a social media platform called Frank.
It's a place where you can be frank about stuff.
Oh, I'll be honest. Kind of like it.
It's like Parlor, but for people who just don't want to deal with the PC police.
Who like to get real.
Yeah. Hey, what happens when a bunch of right-wingers stop being polite and start being real? Frank, coming soon to your phone. Follow me at Jon Holmes Lives. Jon Schroeck, where can they find you?
At Schroeck John on Instagram. Nowhere else. Don't care. Don't know.
Schroeck like the movie. SHREK JOHN.
That's right.
You can follow him on Twitter at Wells Fago. Oh no, you canceled it.
No, you can. No one's listening to this. I don't know
he's
why.
on there 12 hours a day. God damn it! Throw the man some likes.
Please don't encourage me. Him. This is not. It's not worth the
I
hatred.
need this for you. This makes no sense. All right. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We love you.
Yes, and I love you. Bye.
Soup for my family.
Bye-bye.
Isn't it wonderful? Soup for my family. It's incredible. It's the perfect size. The size of a football. Soup for my family. It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's nice.